this street is quite, I mean, kind of quiet, but still there are a few vehicles going by. Oh, and it does smell a little bad, but it isn't very smelly around actually. The pond smells a little bad. Anyways, so the fresh air, clean water. Of course, this pond is not in a good state now, but if this pond was just a little more fresh from all this garbage that has been literally thrown in this pond, making it so very dirty, it would have been in a nicer state. So, I guess that you would love a refreshing, clear drink. And yes, I'm talking about water. You take plants and say animals. They all need water to survive. So they can't drink or eat plastic anyways. So yeah. And even if you take a fish swimming in a pond, I don't think there are fish over here. It's not in a great state at all. You can see it has a lot of trash. All this trash is literally making it so dirty, and you can see, I'm gonna show you some of the worst things. So if you take oil, for example, it just doesn't stick to, it doesn't mix with water, and so birds like ducks and cranes and others, they can actually stick to that oil since because of its viscosity, and viscosity means thickness, so they can stick to the oil and hence the water, and so this is very bad for them. Also, this oil, you see, the oil, make sure that, since you know that water can't go through oil, I mean, oil is kind of like this thing that doesn't dissolve in water, so water cannot mix with it and go further on, right? It's kind of like that. And I don't know why, but human beings tend to think of it as a dump. You can literally see, do you see those birds? Wow. Now those birds, if they land on the water for food, they can cause very serious effects. Also, there are these things called dead zones in water bodies, and these dead zones, now they don't have, so anyways, they have these dead zones, and in these dead zones there is very little oxygen. Since living things need oxygen to survive, no living creatures can survive in these dead zones. And you know what? These dead zones are increasing. So it's very difficult for marine animals or marine creatures to survive in them. And this is very bad for all. This is very bad for the ecosystem. Now, so Hudor in Greek means water. Hudor in Greek means water, and sphere, as you know, means sphere. Sphere means sphere. So, a sphere of water. That's what the hydrosphere is, literally. So, water is a basic necessity of all of us. We've talked about this a lot. So, land, air, water, all of them meet into life. Life like a tailor bird, or an elephant's life, or a goldfish's life. All of them happen because of these three spheres. And if you just take an elephant who is munching on some plants, or you sitting on your chair or desk, it's like the ground is like a floor for the world, a floor for animals. Of course, you don't want to you don't want to chill out on some grass all day. You'd get a bit dirty, won't you? So, but many animals stay on the ground and they can't make complex houses. But there are other animals which call water their home, and there are many animals that can glide through the air. So, now, life is born when these components come together. The hydrosphere. The hydrosphere in hydod in Greek means water. So hydrosphere means like this blanket of water that surrounds the earth, or a layer of water that surrounds the earth, rather. So we can say that the hydrosphere, we can say that many parts of the hydrosphere, such as oceans, rivers, ponds, lakes, water geysers, and many others, are part of the hydrosphere. The lithosphere. So, the lithosphere is the ground, literally the ground. The beaches and the mountains, valleys, canyons, all of them form part of the lithosphere. Now, the lithosphere is literally the ground. It's the solid part of the earth. So it is literally the solid part of the earth. So many animals reside on the lithosphere and atmosphere. The fresh air. We all enjoy a sweet breeze, the fresh air. Oh, even though we don't like mosquitoes buzzing around us, they also depend on the air for flying, don't they? So, air is a necessity, doesn't it seem so? So, atmos in Greek. Okay, most of these words come from Greek, from Latin, and from Roman language, if I can call it that. So, atmos in Greek means I don't know if it's Latin or Greek. Just check on that. But anyways, it means vapor. Okay, and now air is like this vapor kind of, and it forms a sort of sphere around the earth, and this is called the atmosphere. All of these are highly important. And coming back to the lithosphere, if you wish to, there are, I'm saying that there are, the soil is different at different places. Do you have a favorite beach? I guess you do. And you'll find sand there. Now, sand sand is in both beaches and it's in deserts too. So what's the difference between them? I'll give you a very quick understanding, okay? So the sand near beaches is more like little pellets, and the sand in deserts is a lot more fine. Also, clay. I bet you like clay. Pots and other things made out of clay. Yeah. They are all made up of clay. So, anyways, clay is not what many plants can grow in. Most plants need a lot of nutrition. And who gives all this nutrition? Earthworms. I guess we have a bird excited about earthworms. So these earthworms, they eat garbage. I mean biodegradable garbage, and turn it into compost. We have a composting bin over there. So in our composting bin, we don't really put in earthworms. They just go there by themselves. And in the composting bin, they eat our biodegradable garbage. So they eat our biodegradable garbage, and then they turn it into compost. Right? Ouch. So I guess we have to add a little more carbon to our composting bin, like dried leaves and sawdust. Of course, I don't have sawdust, so I guess I have to use paper or say dried leaves. Now, loam. Loam is the most nutritious soil. Oh well, loam is the most nutritious soil as it has a lot of the nutrients that plants need. Let me show you. So if you take a normal everyday plant, the soil on the soil of it has to be rich in nutrients. So many people use fertilizers that they buy from the store. Many prefer natural things to use. Rocks. There are rocks everywhere, and I don't think we can call rocks nutritious, can we? Anyways, rocks break down to form sand and other kinds of soil, and when they have more nutritious values in them for plants, of course that doesn't mean that we can eat soil. Earthworms can, but soil has to be rich in nutrients for plants to grow in it. Some plants need to be very fertile, while some plants don't need it to be that fertile. I bet you have seen things decomposing. How about the leaves that fell from the trees last autumn? Those decomposed to form part of the soil, and the soil became more fertile because of that. And that's how different kinds of soil came, and that's where different kinds of soil came from. As a summary, I mean, it's not time for the summary yet. As a summary for as what we have said till now, the water on this earth never goes away, even if you wasted a lot of water. But the water still didn't go away, still. But a lot of water was wasted, still, you'd say. The atmosphere. The atmosphere is this blanket of air that surrounds us. And the lithosphere is the ground for everything to rest. And it's like the floor of earth, literally. Now, I bet you've seen a lot of animals, be it the most annoying of mosquitoes or flies, or maybe the most beautiful of butterflies, to any animal that you can literally name. They all form part of the biosphere. The biosphere is just like this huge collection of all the living things on this planet. Now, I guess that's it for today. And literally, you are in your environment. You are in your environment with animals, plants, soil, rocks. Maybe you have a pond nearby, like we do, and the pond is really dirty, but never mind. Still, anyways, life originates from these three spheres: the atmosphere, the lithosphere, and can you name it? The hydrosphere. All these are equally important for planet Earth to originate. Okay, I guess that's enough for today. Goodbye.